Okay. Confucius said your job is to govern, not to kill. And he had this connotation of the sage kings during his time. And this idea of day, which means virtue, is what the sage kings were supposed to live by. And the sage kings represented role models in society, and the people were to follow them. They were supposed to look up to them and follow their right doings. The sage kings were successful in practicing good moral standards, and they did not rule by military force or by criminal penalties. And Confucius also emphasized how the ruler should possess tea and rent, as I described in the beginning. And he also said that rulers who do not follow this virtuous standard should just resign. And so, today in our modern world, as you can see, we have Kim Jong-il of North Korea, and of course recently we have had recent news of his nuclear testing in North Korea, and he's not an example of this virtuous, powerful warrior that Confucius was looking for. And so, there is also a chairman now from the 50s and 60s, and he utilized power in the wrong way. And he ruled in ruthless ways in order to have this fulfill this vision of uniting the Chinese people. And however, if Confucius lived during the time when Mao was reigning, he would have denounced his course of action because they were immoral and unethical. Hold on. Sorry, you know that. However, during the Cultural Revolution and the Great Leap Forward, Confucianism was condemned. So all the intellects, all the people who were educated, they were persecuted because they followed Confucianism. And during the 1980s, however, Confucianism was actually revived in China. So right now it's in the process of being revived, and people are now embracing it even further. And the shocker, Governor Jim McGreevy, or former Governor Jim McGreevy, and although he did a lot of dishonesty and extorted money and such, he resigned, which is exactly what Confucius would have asked him to do if he lived today. And of course, there seems to be this trend. There's Rugters on the stage who's under trial right now, as we all know. Okay, and another quote. Confucius said, "The man who moves mountains begins by carrying away small stones." And here Confucius is saying that in order to progress, in order to grow, there has to be some small steps to begin with. And you can't really have extravagant things accomplished without first beginning by small baby steps. Perhaps Confucius is indicating that failure is acceptable. And it's only acceptable in the sense that as long as you learn from it. And as you can see in our modern world, we've had a lot of people who have had their baby steps in life, such as Hollywood stars, lawyers, and failure is acceptable, again, if only one can learn from it and move from it and grow from it. And look at Lee. Of course, we have some movies that we probably have never seen before because they flounder. However, he has actually created movies such as Catching Tiger and Brokeback Mountain, which have won Best Picture. And there's also Bill Gates, CEO of Microsoft, who actually, he dropped out of Harvard. However, he is now one of the richest men in the world, so he has had progress in making his baby steps. And also, a little throwback, with Catherine Hepper, she is an icon today, and she also began with these small steps in order to become the star that she has a legacy for now.
Okay, Confucius morning, it's something that we all kind of live every day of our lives as a temptation for profit. And Confucius viewed this as a motivation source of doing wrong because he thought that the game was unethical advantage over his fellow people, or today was an equal hindrance. What examples we have today is something that we spoke about already. It's WorldCom, Enron, NCI, their scandal about cooking the accounting books, misrepresentation of their financial statements for profit. And on the slide, this is kind of the stuff that we talked about Enron, about Martha Stewart. She had insider information to gain profit from other people. Basically, if you're trading, lying, embezzlement, then she just society as a whole. The question is, who can we trust these days? Confucius would condemn the notion of profit. Finally, if Confucius lived today, in the modern perspective, he was ignorant about cultural diversity, which today we want to go about. He also believed in sexism, which today we also kind of bring an idea of equal rights. Age of lineage, emphasis on father and father's male ancestors, and also he did not believe in technology, which of course nowadays we have non technology, and perhaps in these days, since he was simply a man of his time and culture, which existed 2,500 years ago, he might have been a different person if he lived today and believed in technology and in the liberation of sexism and cultural diversity.
And so I have this scribe on this poster board over here. Nevertheless, even though some of his thoughts do not agree with our world today, while some of them do, his philosophy still promotes the ideas of ye, ren, and li. And also, if applied even to the simplest things in the modern world, the world will indeed be a better place with his philosophy. Thank you.